Leith Talk.
Monday through to Friday,
2 till 4:30 p.m.
Let us be your voice.
Talking about your community.
Tell us what's happening in your street.
Leith Talk.
Yeah, keep it lively and locked on Leith FM. You're listening to us on 98 point.
I've got strong values in why I set up my business.
Right.
So I set up my own business. So can I give you an overview?
Sure.
See, I was listening the way in, and there was a lot of things coming to mind. So I'll give you things that jump out of my head, and I might go all over the place, right? But that's just who I am, I'm afraid.
Right.
And I think a lot of your listeners, if they were to check the website out, Kids Distribution Services, and they can either Google it, or it's www.kids, KIDDS distribution, that being all the one word, .co.uk. And if they go and have a browse, they'll see we're more than a distribution company.
Right.
We do a lot more.
Well, you've got a road safety campaign also.
Absolutely.
Tell us about that. That's what actually caught my eye on one of your trucks. You had a photo of a wee 12-year-old kid.
Well, it's a bit like, I take it the one you seen must have been Aaron Turner.
Yes.
Aaron Turner was killed. See, I'm passionate about stuff.
Sure. As you should be, yeah. As we all should be for road safety, you know.
Well, you should. So I'll lead you up into the Aaron Turner story. I've drove in here today, and I've came from Renfrew Road. I actually pulled in and sat at McDonald's at Govan to take a call rather than taking the call in the hands free.
Sure.
And then on the way through, I seen somebody in a boxer car who was eating chips from a lap,
really?
Eating an ice cream while one hand in the wheel and one hand eating the. And then I met a biker at Livingston who cut off and cut over a truck and cut in.
Right.
So when I see things like that, I see that the behaviour. What I always say, I always say to my son at night before he goes to sleep, what's the 3 new things that you have learned in life today, and what's the 1 pain? Because what we do is the 1 pain you never want to suffer again.
Sure.
So it's when you talk about the vehicles that we launched. I know for a fact the only other company that does anything close to us is Nestle. We're the only company globally. How do I know that? Because I network with a lot of companies. I actually went to Washington for the first ever global conference,
right.
And I made myself known. And Shell fuel stations are in discussions with us just now to put the road safety vans that you've seen in their forecourts at the weekend, and it's to raise awareness.
Right.
Now, Aaron, who was killed at 12-year-old, was killed by an 18-year-old boy driving recklessly as he was running across the road for a can of Coke.
Right.
And what I believe is it's the visual stuff. I study NLP, which is neuro-linguistic programming, and it's I believe the visual stuff is a lot more powerful, so it caught your eye.
Sure.
So when people look at that, and we're about to launch another one, a 4th road safety van on Monday, and it's for a girl called Rebecca Hudd, who was she was out doing a paper run with her brother, and she was standing outside the road, and a car knocked her 25 metres down the road. Now that was while the gentleman was on the phone.
Really?
Now I've got a son at 10. I've got very strong values in terms of road safety. When I was 12-year-old to 16, I wasn't really much of an academic at school. I had 9 jobs between 12 to 16.
Right.
I worked when I left school before my time. I went to a factory my grandparents worked in, and I told the general manager, because I chapped his door 38 days in a row.
Right.
And he kept looking at his window and saying, here he comes again. But I knew from a young age at 12-year-old what I was going to do in my life, and all this ties into road safety.
Sure.
And the man came down, it's what you call you're going to break up the generation gap, and it's not showing any disrespect to your grandparents.
No.
But when he gave me the job finally, he gave me a brush. He told me to sweep the yard, and I told him I would only be there for 18 months.
Right.
I told him I'd leave on the highest paid job in the factory,
right.
Which I did.
Yeah.
I handed in my notice. 18 months later, I was an asset to the company, and I left, and I set up my own business.
Right.
And it was a confectionery van. I had it for 3 years, and it was very, very successful. And then I sold it. I remember my dad saying to me, "What are you going to do now, son?" I says, "I'll find something else," and I got involved in this distribution company.
Right.
And over a 12-year period, I ended up after 7 running the company. But then I started analysing life more.
Right.
And I started looking at life, and I started analysing road safety, customer service, people development, and then I thought, every day I started coming in and saying I want to do more, I want to improve more.
Right.
I actually took over a depot in the Gyle, South Gyle, and then I took over Glasgow, then I took over Edinburgh,
right.
And then my mentor, who was a mentor to me, left. and then I had to, when he left, somebody else came in. Now, like when you talk about road safety, you talk about driving.
Sure.
It's like I'm sitting here just now where I'm coming from Paisley over here.
Yes.
Now I had to reprogram myself when I jumped in the car.
Sure.
You see, I've got to check that my mother's okay because she was at hospital today for results.
Right.
So I've got to block that out of my mind.
Yep.
And what I'm saying is people have got so many challenges in life, so when they jump into a car, they end up going into an alpha state.
Yes.
And what they
they
do
really see
is...
what's there.
Exactly. And they're not focusing on the road.
Quite agree.
And that's one of the reasons why I set up my... I've witnessed a lot of people died on the road, and it's not a nice feeling, and it's where you can see more are the drivers getting trained correctly, are the development plans, are they focusing before they come into their work. So before I came here I had a meeting with Aviva, and I had a meeting with Aviva to try and convince them to support us, because some of the things that we're involved in now is a small company for Renfrewshire. Think about this, 38 employees. We've just been asked to get involved in something in Africa, and it's to raise money for 2 road ambulances to take over Africa and help assist the road infrastructure in a place called Togo.
Right.
So at the same time, we run what I'm giving you today, the training academies for the unemployed. You see, I've been unemployed as well. So this is what I'm saying.
On both ends.
Well, you've got to think about it. People are unemployed, things aren't going as well as planned. They've got low self-esteem, they've got lack of money, they need guidance, they feel lonely, they go for interviews, they're not programmed right.
They're no firing all cylinders, really.
No, and what we do is we build people up, and the website demonstrates that. We've got a fantastic team, and what we do is we work with the local authority and government, and we go into districts and we have open days, and people are welcome to come on them, and then we shortlist it down to 12, and then when we get to 12 we take people on a remarkable journey. And I'll tell you an example that ties into road safety. The vehicle that we launch on Monday, we've got the Rebecca Hood story on one side, and then on the other side we've got a lady called Phyllis. Phyllis was on my care home academy in Renfrewshire, and she see, what I do at the start of academies is I predict things. So I play music just like you do.
Sure.
But I go into a trance state and I predict the future, because I know, well, I'll give you an example, right? My closure to me is 2025, so that's where I plan to step out the business and start talking to people about life and helping more people, because I'm on this planet to help people. And what I do is, I know what I'm doing today. I know what I'm doing in 3 months' time. I know where I'll be in 3 years, 5 years, because I've planned it all out.
Sure.
And it's what I try to do is I build these people up and try to get them life back and give them a meaningful life and get them to set their goals and get their way of life. Have you ever done a way of life?
Now that's interesting, because a lot of people believe that their life is totally predetermined, you know. I agree with you. I think you can steer the ship at every millimetre it goes, you know.
Yeah.
You know, it's your input. Otherwise, I suppose the acid test is you say to somebody, well, there's the M6, it's fairly busy, especially on a Sunday night where the truckers are going south, so put a blindfold on and just stroll across the 4 lanes, because if it's predetermined, then you're not going to make any difference. If you're meant to get hit, you'll get hit anyway.
Absolutely. Well,
I've never seen anybody take me up on that yet, you know. Well,
let's think of this.
Their conviction kind of fades at that point.
Do you come to work the same journey every day?
Similar, aye.
I don't. Do you go to the same newsagents for the same paper?
No. No.
I don't do that. I don't read papers.
No.
But it's the same time when I go to a gymnasium, I don't park my car in the same spot.
No.
You go to a supermarket, do you start shopping where they tell you to shop?
Usually not, no.
See, me and you are unusual, because a lot of people do, because people are ordinary, do ordinary things. And what I do with people on my team is we work with them and we build them up. And the one that I'm proud of is Phyllis, who came up with this unique idea where she brought her own son into her workplace. And the wee man, I'm sure he's less than 1, and she put him in his car seat, and she sat on the phone in the car park, and she asked Andrew, our head of training, to take photographs.
Right.
Now that theme's going in the other side of the vehicle. Now her life when she met me was, she got up, put the kids to school, went back to her bed, she'd wake up in the afternoon, she would play a wee bit of online bingo, back to bed, and then up, the next thing away to get the kids to school. No meaning or project, nothing there. And what she did was she came on to her academy, she's now got a balanced life, she's just back from America, she's goal setting, she knows where she's going to be and what she wants to achieve in her life, she knows where she wants to sit in that workplace, and she's just designed a theme for a road safety man where I'll market that around the world on Monday morning, before I go to America on Monday.